Oh, good. Okay, should be recording. Let me share my screen. Really, I need to share this. Bam. So this week I will be going over let me get my script and interview here. So this week I will be going over to move these guys down a little bit so I can see. Save those real quick. Okay. I should be able to see everything more in a compact fashion. So this week we were doing jobs for SQL. Now, jobs are much like the jobs that you and me do, but these can be done through a computer automatically. So somebody doesn't have to, do a job. Remember to do a job every so often. I do have, hold on, share a new screen. Let me share that to kind of teach you a little bit about the concept of a job. And not only that, but teach you the safety, the the safety warnings of using something like system admin, which I will be using. So what you have here is a very terrible rendition of a water dam, and also kind of like a well or water recycling. It's not a good drawing, but it should illustrate my point. Let me make it slightly bigger so I can see it all the way. So let's say that all this water is data, and of course we want to be moving data from our database to different places. This dam is pretty much the system itself. And on occasion, it can do things itself, but it should alert people, much like how our jobs can alert us. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna pretty much, you want this data to go into a very specific place. Our little bowl well structure right here. And of course, the data admin makes sure that uh, that the water goes into the right place. Up here, of course, is if a person were to come by and open this up, they could put different chemicals into the water, much like how when we code, we use code to do certain things to get results that we like. So let's say at this water treatment facility, they want to treat the water, and so they open the hatch every once in a while to put some kind of water treatment in. That is a lot like us using system admin to do different things with all of our data, not just a little bit, but all of our data. So you really do have to be careful what you put in, because oftentimes if you put something in that is, well, corrupted, then more than likely it's going to show up corrupted when it gets to people's, water, such as like wells, if they don't like have, if their well runs on city water or cups. This pretty much over here just represents the result of what could happen if we are not careful with data and also the system security. If we are not a good system administrator, then bad things will happen. So now that I've now that you've heard me ramble a bit about system security, we are going to I'm going to show you a little bit of what I have done for this week's assignment. With this week's assignment, we were supposed to create a job that was supposed to help out our scenario guy, Ralph. So here, as you can see, I created Ralph with the password. And then, now I did this all as my main system. I didn't do any of this as Ralph, not yet. So over here, I made Ralph. And then after that, we moved it down to B, which was to investigate the security system, the catalog views, all of that. Probably just saw my dog. I swear it closed that door. Anyway, so over here you can see the modified date and all of that. Membership principal ID, all that kind of stuff that your system needs in order to make sure that no one except for Ralph is doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like if somebody else were to log in, then if they weren't Ralph, then things wouldn't exactly work for them. But Ralph, being part of this specific role that we're going to give him soon, will be able to do things that most people can't. So going down to C, this is where we set up a custom audit job that runs daily and inserts data from our query. So I am going to try and run this. So down here is where we can right here is the actual job where I created it and where I added the steps to the job. And then down here, I came up with a little bit of a way to test it where I've already run it. So you can, run status is just, it means it's on, it's doing its thing. If it were 0, then it would not be doing its thing. That's the runtime, that's the date it ran, which is today, of course. Let's see. Next, after that, we were asked to become Ralph, which is what I've done. And we were supposed to create 4 users. There they are. We added them into the system admin. So they are also with Ralph. As you can see down here, there they are, part of the system admin. And run your custom audit again to see if they captured Ralph behavior. And they definitely did. Yeah, that is, these guys can, of course, log in just like Ralph can, create new users, move things around inside of the system admin, just like we've seen Ralph do. I think that is really it for everything. This I definitely liked this week. It was, I'm gonna stop sharing. It's very informative and I enjoyed it. So I will stop the recording there. See you next week.